Hi, I'm Maureen Dunham, the founder and CEO of UQ Life. At UQ Life, our mission is to change how kids interact with games and technology to help the next generation of brains get off to a better start. Now, kids are spending 7.5 hours a day online, and 75% of parents are really concerned about how games and social media affect their kids' development. Kids really love to play games, and the interactive gaming and toy industry is predicted to become a $100 billion market by 2015. So this is really a huge opportunity to tap into the desire of parents and educators and child development specialists to positively disrupt the supplemental learning market. Our distributed system technology is cloud-based. It works across all devices and operating systems in real time from anywhere in the world. And we've been building a platform from the ground up that fundamentally structures interaction and data in a new way based on first-hand principles in developmental science and cognitive neuroscience. And the core of this, of our model, is a proprietary neural algorithmic learning model. And this is important because it can really help reinforce skill sets that matter in the 21st century. Now, in a 6-minute presentation, we can't possibly cover all the features that we've been working on in our platform. So what I'd like to do is focus on the 3 key features that we believe will disrupt this industry by making games smart, personalized, and social. But first, I'd like you to experience the UQ platform by meeting the Smith family and also their closed social network. So let's meet Nancy and Joe.
No audio hooked up.
Okay.
The audio is not working on the computer. No audio hooked up.
So, some problems here.
There was no audio hooked up.
There's no audio.
It's okay. 1 second. It's good? Yeah. Thank you.
Is this something we can fix, or should we just move on?
I just worry that we're raising our kids these days by leaving them alone with an iPad and not being concerned about the quality of that experience.
We still got plenty of time.
I like that I can check in and see what he's up to. I like the idea that this is good for his development, and I like that we have access to a network of experts that we can get advice from.
When I'm on the road for work, this is a great way to connect to my kids and make sure they're making progress in terms of their education. I like the fact that I can interact with them, I can send them messages, and they feel reinforced in what they're doing every day.
Okay. So this is a social collaboration game. There's an example here. Just wanted to show how the whole family can get to come together and participate in an important problem-solving exercise that actually moves the story forward. Can you continue with the video? Is the problem?
You got this.
No.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just going to explain things. Seem to be some video problems here. Okay. So in terms of the 3 features, I'll give you a sneak preview of our personalized skill development system. How this works is as the kids are playing the games in our UQ World environment, the skill sets are being tracked and data is being aggregated in a way that is providing really meaningful insights that will really help with personalizing learning, reinforcing skill sets, and also with encouraging healthy habits. And there's a recommendation system aspect to this. Now, when we think about recommendation systems, we normally think about the kind of recommendation system, say, with Netflix. And this is a lot deeper because it creates personalized individual learning profiles and imagine, for example, a boy who's playing our games, and it's an integrated system, so it's not a lot of isolated apps as well. And playing our games, and they're basically, showing that what the parent can see is that they're progressing really well, say, on math skills, but not so well on social emotional skills. And so the system then will recommend particular games to target those skill sets, and also recommend offline activities as well. And this is just an example of an upcoming game that we are working on with some developers and also in conjunction with a partnership with an aquarium that really focuses on targeted skill development and visual attention. A second feature of our platform that we think is a game changer is a patented cloning technology and remote in-game coaching and mentoring system, where parents, educators, and extended family can actually enter the game and influence the gaming experience of the child. There's multiple ways they can do this. They could collaborate, they can provide progressive hints rather than the answer, and all this occurs right inside the game as part of this closed social network. This is just another example. This is part of an interactive story that we worked on that has embedded 6 mini games that track skill sets, and this one in particular is based on a perspective taking and empathy task. And again, a parent or a grandparent or even a tutor or an expert can enter the game and engage and co-participate and coach right inside the game. And finally, tonight we're just launching the Experts and Mentors Networks, and this is just a community that, again, that the parents can invite to participate in the game and coach and engage in remote in-game coaching, invite the kid in gameplay, and also share some of the data, which could be really helpful to help with targeted skill development.
You gotta wrap it up.
Okay, so let's close up here. Okay, we don't have time to any further, but we're also announcing a developer program. So this is an open platform, and we're already working with several developers who want to leverage our underlying neural algorithmic learning model, and developers who want to make fun games, but also want to raise the bar in terms of the scientific credibility, in terms of making games better and making them in a way where kids are going to be inspired to learn and really develop skill sets. And thank you.
Great.
The video was
Judges?
playing. What? The videos were playing. They're linked through to the screen.
Okay.
So where are you now in terms of your first game or your second game? I mean,
Well, we've been working on a platform which is in conjunction with the games. And so we're really a platform. The games themselves that we've built so far were really to show off the platform features. We currently have one interactive story that has 6 mini games. And then we have 3 other games that are fully built and that beta users are using. And then we have several other games that are in development that we're working with third-party developers.
So the thing that the platform does is just reporting. I mean, why am I, what I heard in your presentation is that you guys have a lot of knowledge and education, and that's all.
No,
So,
we
like,
built technology.
Okay, so I guess I don't understand, like, what's the difference between your platform versus a standard game development platform? Like, why am I using you guys?
Okay. In the kids space, or in particular, I mean, first of all, it works across all devices. And so you imagine that, a grandparent or extended family member could still participate in the gameplay with the child, and the child is on the iPad or the iPhone. And so it's, a big part of it is bringing together this community, so who can support child development. So it's not just about the games. The games are tool sets for targeted skill development.
So is it done algorithmically? Is it done through your experts? How is this?
It's done by, we build this from the ground up, so every aspect of the design is based on 30 years of translational research in neuroscience and developmental science. And then we're also, the way in which we're structuring the data that we're collecting, of course, is also aimed to really, really help and customize particular learners and create a gameplay program that's going to really help that particular learner.
It seems like there's an enormous amount of thinking and top-down design here. You may want to consider releasing pieces separately. At least for most of us, our learning has been on apps and on the web. People prefer to start with very focused, single scalpel-like things that attack one need, and then you kind of iterate on that until you get it working. Then you add on other pieces. It's rare to start with a lot of stuff, different things going on, and in your presentation, just got the feeling that you've been working on it for a long time with a big team. There's a lot of different things in there, and who knows what's going to work and what's not.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we'll be releasing some of the smaller mini games soon. The reason we had started out building a platform, though, is that we did feel that there was a weakness in the market in terms of there's a lot of games, especially in the kids market, a lot of games, a lot of apps, but not really an integrated platform that is built from the ground up, taking in consideration developmental science and neuroscience principles.
Yeah, I would just argue that in most cases on the web, not all, but in most cases, that a platform is an emergent property of a successful app, and not the other way around. It's not that you set out to build a platform, then you build a bunch of great apps. I mean, maybe Steve Jobs can do that, but the rest of us can't. For most people, like Facebook, they come out with a successful app and they layer a platform on top, or they start out tweeting 140 characters and it turns out you have a platform. So,
we're at the point where we built the minimal number of platform features and games to show off those features to see if this is going to work as a system.
One question I had was, there's lots of educational games out there, and is there a way that you can kind of piggyback on that, where you provide some value to them, they integrate your SDK into their app, and then you start to collect this data and maybe start to...
Absolutely. So we are in the works of working on a developer program. Would one of you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so exactly that. So developers know how to make great, entertaining games, and we have technology that can actually bring some developmental science into the game. We can help those developers make their game very positive in its developmental aspect while still retaining the fun aspect. And so we work closely with them. We're developing an API for them to interface, and of course we'll work closely with them to review the game mechanics and make sure they're compatible with developmental mechanics.
I'm still so confused. I really am. Like, are you guys a content company that's giving educational guidance to game developers to specifically make their games more educational? Like, how does a normal developer understand how to incorporate neuro algorithms and education into an app?
Well, certainly when people see the UQ Life apps out there, I think they'll get a bit better sense of what it's about and what it can do, and particularly the parent side of the app, because there's two sides to the app, right? The kids play a game, but there's also a parent side, and they can interact between the two. And I think once that's better known, the developers will understand potentially how they might be able to integrate their games, and certainly also, and especially at the early phase of the product, we'll want to do very close consulting with the developer to make sure it integrates well.
And I'd just add that this is a system that's really trying to develop games. We think gaming technology, we're really in the early phase of using gaming technology to help with targeted skill development. And so the platform was built from the ground up in ways in which it can scale to a lot of other markets like job training, therapy, prisoner reform, targeted skill development of any kind. So it's our patented cloning technology, in-game messaging and coaching system, being able to bring in these communities and being able to coach in the game. There's no company that is doing that. We're not a content company. We're a technology company. But in the beginning, we also want to have really high standards for the design and the content as well, because there's the integrated science pieces in the design in addition to the technology.
We're out of time, but thank you guys very much. That was UQ.
Okay.